Guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm so happy to have you. So my previous subscribers, welcome back to the channel. So for today's video in particular, we're going to be talking about and discussing Russia and find out what the energies and the frequencies are within Mother Russia and find out what we're getting. I'm getting a poll towards to look at Vladimir Putin in particular to see if there's anything revolving around a possible, like that. I do have other videos that I did back in the past of anything related to Russia, including I will recommend you go check those videos out in the description or in the comment section below. I also will be including a Ukraine video as well, so if you have not watched my previous Ukraine video from this video, I highly recommend you go and check it out. But I'm also getting the energy that we also need to cover a video revolving around the man on the inside, and it's Putin. I'm going to take a look and see what is going on with Vladimir Putin here. Alright, so I'm getting like... You ever see like Wizard of Oz? You ever see like the veil opens and you see like a random guy behind the mask and he's trying to make himself look like a magician, but he's just using a robot, and behind the curtain is him doing a thing. I'm getting a picture of that, but I'm getting like Vladimir Putin pulling behind the curtain, and he's just doing all these little things, but he's not as strong as he appears. Alright, so let's take a look. Let's see what we're getting into today. If you want to help out the channel grow, you can do so by liking, commenting, subscribing, hitting the bell icon. This video is just for entertainment purposes only and for educational purposes only as well. If you have been notified, notice that YouTube has not been notifying you when I do post and upload, or even your comments, you can do so by following my Blue Sky account or my Facebook group, and you'll be able to contact me there. Plus, you'll be notified when I do post and upload next. Now, this video is being recorded on none other than Monday, March 3rd at 12:53 p.m. Eastern Standard Time as of when I am recording this video. I'm hoping I can be able to do the two-part question of today's video. If not, the video will be shorter. The other one will be recorded tomorrow. But let's take a look. Let's see what's going on in Russia. Let's go from there. Alright, so Spirits and Angels tell me what is going on in Russia. What is going on inside of Russia right now? What is going on in Russia? What are the energies and the frequencies revolving around Russia? What is the future of Russia? I'm hearing the Nuremberg trial. So they're going to be in a court. Like a lot of the things that Russia does is going to be because they act against humanity. Russia is going to be charged with a crime. Not from, I don't know if it's going to be successful, but they're going to be charged with some form of inhumanity, if you will. Spirits and Angels tell me, will Putin get assassinated? Will Putin get assassinated? Here we have the challenge. It's the King of Pentacles. If he backstabs somebody, I'm getting an oligarchy. The bully. We have the two cups here, which means there's an agreement, a contract. Top of the deck here, we have the Ace of Wands. A lack of power, lack of control. Again, this shows up in my Ukraine video, too. In my previous video. This is telling me here that Russia, this is the future of Russia, this is the future of Russia, this is the fate, this is the energies. This is whether or not Putin is going to get assassinated. The first card that we have here, we have Judgment. The Judgment card is telling me here that there are going to be inhumanitarian acts done by Russia, and Russia will be known on the world stage for something that they do, or something that they already did. We don't know exactly what that is. Here we have the Queen of Pentacles. Them trying to hold on to the land. I feel like Russia gets smaller in some way. Something is smaller about Russia. Russia gets smaller. They lose land or they lose power. They get smaller in some way. Something just happened. They get really tight. They get small. And here we have the Emperor. This could also be, if this is the oligarchy, it could be mean that the oligarchy closes in on a leader and it just gets smaller and his power influence just wanes slowly, but it gets constricted. It could be that as well, but it could also be something simple as a war and that he's unable to go forward with it, or that there's something with Russia and it has to do with something getting smaller in some way. And here you have the Emperor. the influence of the emperor. This is Putin here. Putin is represented by the emperor. This is further amplified by the emperor. The emperor is the card that represents Mother Nature in Russia. This is talking about the initiation of Russia. This is talking about the Federation, the Russian Federation in some way. This is the country, this is the people, right? This is Putin, and this is his people. He will have to leave, and here is the Eight of Cups. Future, what is Russia's comment? It's the Eight of Cups. Leaving. He will leave Russia in some way. He will have to be leaving Russia. Maybe it might be indicating that Putin's power and influence just deteriorates, and he gets constricted, he gets confined to the point where he's unable to do anything. Like his people just lose faith in him in some way. It could be the people resist, or the people around him from within is very resistant in some way. And here underneath the Eight of Cups, here we're asking about the attempt on him. We have here with the King of Pentacles, and the King of Pentacles was heading towards the past direction, which means that this already happened in the past, which means this is not likely to happen in the future. Like he had the plausibility and the possibility of it occurring, but that's in the past tense. However, we do have here, we have the Strength in reverse, which means he's very weak health-wise. He's weak health-wise, and despite him being the bully that he is, it will succumb him. That although he is a bully, and it feels like to me that what Vladimir Putin does in his real life is a personification of what has gone on inside his body. To the way Putin acts, the way that his health crisis is responding to him. So he is responding and reacting the way that is reacting towards him, and he is outbursting now. So what is that saying? It's saying that if he has something wrong with him in his body, whatever that may be, the more aggressive he becomes, the more aggressive the disease is in his body, which means that he starts to go toward that end. And here you have the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands means leaving and heading somewhere, going in a different direction, leaving. And here you have underneath the Queen of Pentacles, which is indicative of something getting smaller and smaller, and just being convicted, getting confined, which tells me that actually Putin might be losing weight. And he might lose weight a lot faster as he gets towards the end of his life. So one of the signs that we're going to know when Putin is on his way out is when he starts to lose weight, and by drastic measures. And here you have, what's it called? The 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 of Wands. I don't think he's going to be able to resist what's coming in his health, because we have the Judgment here. The Judgment will be called, and when his time comes, he will go. So the way it feels like to me, it feels like it's not necessarily what one would expect, but there was a life purpose here. There's a purpose here. The purpose is essentially in Putin's soul contract, he agreed that he will go when his time is up per his demand of his own body. So when his body gives up is when Putin goes, is essentially what it's saying. An assassination could be one of those things, because essentially it will halt his bodily functions. And by doing that, it will allow him to go, because his body just no longer works, because that's part of the soul contract. I mean, there's some sort of fluidity here that other people don't have. He has fluidity here. Whether he gets attempted on and it be successful or not, his body will give up in some formality. That is the agreement. Doesn't matter about the story. The story can be created by him. It can be created by those around him. But the ending will always be the same, which means that when his body gives up, he will go. Whether this is of a natural death or an unnatural death is still yet to be determined. But it is still indicative that the way he feels internally is how he feels it's how he acts outwardly. So when things are going bad for him, he's acting on how his health really is, which means his health is deteriorating, and he's going to be losing an enormous amount of weight pretty rapidly. I'm also seeing blood dripping, so he's actually losing red blood cells in some way. So he has some sort of disease with red blood cells. And here you have the Hangman reverse. He will be hung upside down, and again, it's like almost like he loses a lot of blood in one area. Because that's why you see here, when somebody's hung upside down, the blood rushes to the head, and it depletes from the rest of the body. Right? So essentially it's the same concept, same idea. So in essence, what is happening in Russia? Russia is going to be getting a new leader, but it only gets a new leader when something gets smaller and something gets restricted and power loses from within. So that is what's happening in Russia right now, which makes a lot of sense, because a lot of you, all of us thought that, he was going to have attempted. It's part of his life path. It's part of his life path that he loses his body. When his body gives up is when he loses. But the story can be molded into any direction, because it's not specifically defined as something to happen, but more of a broader sense, what allows us to understand that there is a sense of freedom of will, if you will, that you're able to create your story, but your ending will always be the same. Essentially what it's saying, that we don't know exactly how is it going to play out, but one thing we do know is that his energy, how he feels internally, is how he manifests them on the physical. All right, we get some water. We are now going to take a quick look and delve into the man on the inside of the White House. Spirit Angel, tell me about the man on the inside of the White House, Vladimir Putin, the man on the inside the White House. Can you tell us more about that? Because apparently the Kremlin today reported that for the first time ever, Washington, D.C. is aligned with the goals and vision at the Kremlin. I'm hearing the word CIA. If you have not watched my previous video, go watch it. I talk about how it feels like 45 is not in control. He's really not. That's exactly what it starts here too. We have the Wheel of Fortune. This was not meant to happen. This is not part of America's soul. It's not part of America's path. Here we have the Hierophant reverse. The man on the inside, the Hierophant, which means it is the man on the inside. There is somebody on the inside. That is right. Okay. We're going to take our index card, see if we get anything else. So the way it works is that when something is colored, it means that it's major arcana. Anything that is white colored, it's going to be minor arcana. So you can see that here. And the way I see it is, I don't know what these words are. So hold on, I don't know what they say. So I'm just picking them based off the energy and color that pop out to me. I'm getting blue. So is this the right card? I'm getting yes. So I'm clairaudient for those of you guys who are new. Is this the blue? Okay, tell me the other blue, so the one in front of it. So it's that, oh, that's not blue. Oh, that is the blue right here. It's a lot harder when you don't have nails. I'm a nail biter. Okay. What else do you need? So tell me take 2 whites. Okay. So that's we need 2 minor arcana. Okay. Okay, tell me to take a pink and then a white. This is the one right here. So tell me to take the white in front of it. Do we need anything else? And 1 yellow. Okay. And where's the yellow? This one? Okay. That's all the index cards. Just help to clarify the information that we're getting. The first card that we're getting here is we have water. Okay. Emotions. The next thing here we have all 1. Which is reverse. Minor. Love. Okay. There's a relationship here. There's a relationship. The top of the star card here with the presidency collapse. So the love is on the King of Pentacles reverse. The collapse is on the presidency. The star card. Then the center of today's reading is we have hacker. Right, we're talking about somebody being on the inside. It's already on the inside, which is why the hacker card is reverse. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Alright. Let's go and take a look. What is going on? First card that we get here is we have the 10 of Wands reversed. The 10 of Wands reversed is a very interesting card. It means a lack of struggle, able to get in, able to be infiltrated, not well protected, not well guarded. Here we have the 5 of Cups. The 5 of Cups reversed is a very interesting card because the 5 of Cups reversed is indicative of saying that there's a loss here. There's a loss, but this person is paying attention to the cup that's upright, not to the cup that are down. So what does the Hermit I mean, what does the Five of Cups mean reverse? It means that whoever's on the inside is paying attention to the cup that is shown remaining. But yes, they lost these three, but they're paying attention to the two cups. They're looking for two cups. They're looking for information. They're looking for two things that will benefit Russia. Here, the next card is we have the Magician, the illusion, the one that can cast a sense of doubt. Here's the Magician, the leader, the one who's able to be the secret undercover agent within the White House. That's why it says all but one. That's why I'm getting all one. But I'm hearing all but one. But one is not the agent. One of them is not the agent. Every other individual within the White House is a secret undercover agent for Mother Russia. So all of them have been brought out. The White House is being run by an undercover ground network, but there is one individual who is not part of that network. It could also be the opposite. It could be that one individual is brought out, but everybody else who's there is not part of the same network. It could be either way. It could be all but one, or one but all. Here, the next thing here, we have the Nine of Cups, which means looking at this bigger picture, right? You're not seeing what's ahead of you. I mean, you look at the smaller picture, you look at the minor thing, which is represented here by the Nine of Cups. What's individual, this guy's looking at you, which means he sees the bigger picture. He sees what's in front of him, but he's not able to see the small things behind them. The hints, right? The obvious, right? They're dropping hints that they're there, but it's obvious, but these people are not paying attention because they are not looking what's behind them, looking what's ahead of them, what's forward. And what do they see in front of them? They have the devil. They see the obvious here. They see the devil. They see 45. They see him for what he is, and he changed them to them. They see that. They know that, but they're not paying attention to all the others behind them. That's the problem. They're not paying attention to what's behind them as well. You have the devil card, which means someone is being constrained, someone's being restricted in some way, and someone is being controlled and dictated by a puppeteer master, which is represented by the Magician, all but one, essentially, right? And here you have the Page of Swords reversed, which means this person is an undercover agent, but there's someone who's not undercover, just somebody who literally is very supportive of it, which means that they will not act, they just openly gave it, if you will. They openly gave their loyalty. They were not forced into it in some way. They just were very receptive of it. It's interesting, though, because we have the lack of struggle to get inside, this lack of infiltration here, and you have the Five of Cups of birth. They watched as Biden ran the presidency, which means they learned from Biden in some way. So Biden did something, and they were already inside. They were already on the inside. This is the water. They already had everything set up. Biden was just there to give that false illusion that things were okay. Things were not as they seem. But that is not the case. It's saying here the water is saying that it had already been infiltrated. Water can get into the teeniest, tiniest cracks. And they were watching how Biden molded his presidency. And then from that, they're able to figure out what things they need to do, what things they need to fix, by seeing how the U.S. president will respond to fixing a predecessor's mess. That is the water card. The water card is essentially making sure that the next administration that comes in cannot fix what has happened today. And they were using Biden's presidency as a leisure to ensure that they could be able to keep an eye out on how to fix and how to change and alter the United States. They were using Biden as someone that no one would expect. But they were already on the inside. It was telling me Biden was not aware of this. I'm also getting information that they wanted Biden to win so that they can ensure that their plan was safe and protected. And it followed the same timeline as Russia. Because Russia, when Putin became president in 2000, he ran for a couple of while, then left, and then came back right after that other person had left office in Russia. The same setup as 45. 45 and Putin ran the same timeline, that they ensured that their predecessor would come in, fix everything, and then they would take over and learn from those people on what to fix to make sure that they will remain intact, that their effects remain intact. That's the strategy here. The strategy was to keep an eye out on Biden, see what Biden would have done, and then fix it to make sure that the next one cannot undo what the administration wants to do. And here you have the love card. The love card underneath the devil is the King of Pentacles, right? The King of Pentacles is the love, the relationship, right? The connection between Russia and the president, the love affair. Here we have underneath the Page of Swords, what's telling me is that the person on the inside, The person on the inside is the presidency, the power of the U.S., the star card, and it's represented here as the collapse. The man on the inside collapses. Whether that is physical, whether that is non-physical, but the man on the inside collapses. So, here's the Hierophant in reverse. The Hierophant in reverse, followed by the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. This was not meant to happen the way it was supposed to. But now that we know that the man is supposed to collapse, we are not going to ask how it will end. How will the man on the inside end? Now, I did do a video, if you guys remember, on, I think, January 20th. I specifically titled it, ironically enough, The Man on the Inside. So, let me go back to that video. Now, a lot of you guys who are new here, you might not know this, but I do think that I do video content based on what I get intuitively. So they might not see things that are trending right at the moment when I do the videos and upload them, but that's exactly how it's supposed to be, because you guys are supposed to get the information in advance, not wait for when it breaks. So you may not realize certain things that I talk about on the channel till after it happened, and then you understand why the video was done. Okay, so I'll put the link to this video in the description below, but you can go back and scroll into my video section. It's called The Eyes Inside the Trump Inauguration Special. So a deep inside look on January 19th to the 20th, the energy till mid-February, right? So we are actually going to take a look and do a video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to essentially watch that video again, see what I got out of it, do my modern interpretation of the video, and then upload a part 2 to that video and kind of understand, okay, these are the energies that I got. This is my modern interpretation of now with the information that we have now to better understand what I was saying then to be able to understand the energies of today. To help me, help everybody. So we're going to do it. We're going to see what happens. Alright, so now that we have the man on the inside, we're now going to talk about how the man goes out. Because the man collapses. The inside man collapses in some way, whether that is a physical manifestation, whether they fail to do their job, whatever it is, a collapse is coming. Whether that I assume, because remember, time does not work the way that we think it works. It doesn't. Alright. Alright, let's take a look. Let's see about the man on the inside and how that person, an individual, collapse. Okay. So spirits and angels, tell me, how does the man on the inside of the White House collapse? Because you said that he collapsed from the presidency. So how does the man on the inside, the spy within the inside, collapse? Because you said it around the star card. So can you further explain that? I'm hearing illuminating. And then can you show me the United States? What's going on in the United States around this point in time? Show me the United States around this point in time. I'm hearing the word, where did our money go? Where did our money go? Here we have, again, that picture, that person, they're not looking at the bigger picture, right? The guy is looking at the big picture, but he's not looking what's behind him. He's not looking at all the treasure, the minor thing, the small thing. And here you have the Page of Pentacles. This is the future of the United States. The Page of Pentacles. We will find our pentacle. We will find some sense of hope. But this is the man on the inside, the collapse of the man on the inside. We have here the challenge to the hermit, right? The reveal, right? This is the guy who is on the inside, the collapse of the individual on the inside. This is the U.S. at this point in time in which this is taking place. We have the hermit. The hermit is revealing something that is dark, something that is hidden, right? What is being hidden right now? The hermit. The hermit is being challenged and crossed by the Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles is heading towards the past, which means money and its past. The U.S. and its past revolving around payments. In some way, there's a payment here. but it's in the past tense. It's not in the future tense. It's in the past. But it also means great fortune, which means America's future and what America beholden. Right? We're talking about the guy, the person who's inside the White House. We have the sun. The sun, the reveal, the sun card, the sunflower. The sunflower moves wherever the sun is. But what's interesting though is that the sunflowers are away in the opposite direction. They're not looking at the sun. They're looking at you. Because you are brighter than the sun that is behind them. You are brighter. The sunflowers always move in a direction where there's the brighter sun. Which means you are brighter than the sun that is emanating. Right? Which means that there are people looking for support from the outside. There are people from the inside looking for support from the outside, while this individual, the sun card, which means the spy, is still a juvenile in some way. They're just juvenile here. We have the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 of swords reversed. 7 of wands reversed. The resistance, the pushback. There's no pushback because it's on the inside. There's no pushback because it's on the inside. But it feels like, to me, this person on the inside starts to get feelings. You ever seen like these TV shows where the guy goes in and he agrees to the plan? Then over time he gets more personal. He's able to connect to people. He's able to be immersed into the society in which he's immersed in. And it almost feels like as if this person becomes almost like it has emotions, almost has loyalty. It loses loyalty to the mission. It didn't want to carry out the mission anymore. But they get attached. They grow attached to something within the White House. They grow attached to something. And because they grow attached to something, the plan falls through. Or we have the 3 of Cups again. The 3 of Cups. But the person who's offering the 4th cup, do it again. Give me more information. Where's the information? This person's refusing. This is telling me the man on the inside, whoever this may be, may catch emotions, may realize that things are not as bad as they seem and they don't support what it is that they are doing. So the man on the inside has a change of heart. Here, underneath here, what is going on in the U.S. around this point in time? We have the Hermit. We have the Devil card here. Something is unrestricted. Something has been released. Something has been used and able to be, something that was hidden is now public. Doesn't mean it's public to us, it's public for attacking. It's public for somebody to take over something. It's public. Something is removed. The restriction, the restraint has been removed. It has been let open. Among the midst of the sun card here, with the sun looking at you, the people, if you can pull off this blindfold, you can see that the sunflower within the White House are looking at you, because they believe that you are brighter than what's inside. Therefore, you have power. You have power. The U.S. has power. But can it see the power? That's the question. I'm also getting judicial here. Does the judicial branch see the power that they hold? Or will they be burdened and be blinded by the power in which they seek to have? Because they can choose to be blinded by the sunlight. They can choose to be blinded by that light. Or they can shine brighter and blind the sun. Here we have the resistance, right? We have the people wondering, where did our money go? The 7 of Pentacles. The U.S. at this point in time would be a lot poorer. But there will be a celebration that will come amidst this. An ally, if you will, the 3 of Cups. Right? The 3 of Cups is that celebration because this individual here had 3 of Cups upright, but he had the 4th cup coming in. But these people below him in the U.S. are celebrating the 3 of Cups. They're celebrating the 3 of Cups, which might mean that he might have gave up. This individual inside man gave it back to the U.S. and the U.S. people celebrate. That these persons refuse to take another cup from the American people. Is this indicative of saying that people are celebrating what they do not see? Further explain. We have here the 6 of Cups in the future card, which means something is heading towards the future and it's relating around the world, which means inside, from the inside. It's not outside, it's not inside. And the celebration of the future from the inside. And here we have the government, the Hierophant reverse. In the bottom of the deck here we have the 9 of Swords reverse. And at the top of the deck here we have the Wheel of Fortune reverse. So what it is telling me here is that people are also celebrating from the inside, but the world is upside down. That they're celebrating something that isn't really there, if you will. So it tells me that the people are celebrating what the White House is celebrating is power and influence. Influence means that the American people on the inside, there's going to be a contingent or almost like an illusion that something has been done, but it's an illusion. It's not real, which will make a lot more sense now. This will be an illusion that has been cast. And the people from the inside celebrate. And here is the Four of Cups. The people are celebrating, the resistance is celebrating, but it feels like this person from the inside refuses to do it. But the people from the inside are still celebrating in the White House. Can you give us further information revolving around this so-called man on the inside? What's information revolving around the man on the inside? Give us information on the man on the inside. Okay. And I'm getting a yellow. To tell me to take 2 yellow cards, and they're right next to each other. Okay. Let's see. What do they have to say? Well, the first card that we have is Harris in reverse. Harris in reverse. Great fortune. We have here your climate, the energy, the environment. Right, they're celebrating something. That's the environment, that's the energy, right? Here we have enables, here we have death. An end of something coming towards the end, but it hasn't quite yet manifested. And here we have, on the right side here, we have reveal. So it does feel like the Page of Pentacles here is telling me that there is that reveal that the U.S. will find this token and it will find this pentacle, which is why it was on the top of the bottom of the deck. Excuse me, it was on the top of the deck. They found this pentacle. But the Harris card here is that woman. It's represented by the woman, right? She's in the past, right? This is the great fortune. Darkness in the past, revolving around the election. Right? Darkness in the past about the election. Here, the energy, the restriction. This person on the inside, the celebration. Oh, I see now. So we have here the Sun card here with the fuchsia, with the world's cut upside down, the American people feeling restricted, and the devil, something has been unleashed. We have here with the climate, the energy around the people around this point in time was that 45 won the election. And in the future card here, we have the death card. A rebirth, a change has not yet come, a transformation has not yet been admitted in the White House. And here you have the Seven of Wands reversed, the Four of Cups upright, the Seven of Pentacles, and the Three of Cups with the Hermit, with the Hierophant card reversed, which means death, which means it has not yet experienced a transformation, which means it is still undergoing major changes. We are still waiting to hear about the presidency in some way. There's something here coming out of the presidency that's going to do a little bit of a shakeup. But that shakeup is going to come from the inside. And there will be a reveal. Does that mean that this is telling you Harris is going to be president? Does not say that. But it does say that there is a reveal of the president and information revolving around the Oval Office that might be substantial, and it might be of the inside because somebody gets attached to the U.S. Somebody gets attached to the faith because they almost feel like the person who goes in as a spy was told and fed information about the U.S. and why they needed to destroy it. And when they start to realize that that's not really the case, that the reality, the illusion that has been put upon them crashes, and for that they wake up. That's what I'm getting. Top of the deck here, we have the Wheel of Fortune, right? We're waiting for the time to come in. The bottom of the deck here, the bottom of the index deck here means religion, a faith in something, a faith, a belief. And the bottom of the deck here, we have rainbow, reverse. Right, we still haven't crossed that rainbow. The inside is, the man on the inside is still on the inside of the White House. So, with that being said, I think this might be information that we're going to get. Let me see, because the guy is transforming. He's going to transform, which makes sense because the death card is in the ending, which means he will transform. He will become a better individual, and he will his loyalties will no longer be of that of Russia's, or whoever is on the inside, but it's most likely Russia. Spirit Angel, tell me about this man on the inside. What is he going to start experiencing, and will he defend the United States? We have family changes, right? Value changes. This is in the past tense. Okay. Present. We have here parental care. Parental care with us. And final outcome card for the man on the inside. The man on the inside. Last card. Religion and spirituality. Interesting that religion comes in at the beginning. His faith, thing that he knew, intuition, the blue card. Blue means I speak, right? The orange card here means I feel. I feel. This is sacred. This is how they feel, right? This is what goes on. The yellow card indicates solar plexus, parental care. This reverse means I do. What does this mean? I feel and I do what I speak. That is the ending. The bottom deck here we have moving. He has not yet moved. He's still in it. The inside person is still in there. And here we have it, the emotion, the feeling, right? The emotion, still in there. Alright guys, I think this is pretty much it. I think we'll end off today's reading. We'll touch upon this when the energy feels right and ready. But I do hope you guys enjoyed today's reading. Hope you found it informative. So I want to extend my gratitude and thank you to all of you guys who have been participating. It has been such a great help. I want you to know I love you and I appreciate you, and I'll see you all next time. Until then, peace out. I love you.